What's going on, peeps? We're back on Amazon Flex today. I've got 2 Morrison's blocks, 1:45 for 1.5 hours and 3:45 for 2 hours. And what I've decided to do is actually put all of these shifts that I do into a spreadsheet so that over time we can build up a really good idea of what the average pay is for doing these blocks. Because so far, every time I've done them, I've had a pretty varied result. Anything from like £12 an hour to £16, £17 an hour. So it only makes sense to keep tracking these over time, whack them in a spreadsheet, and hopefully in a few weeks' time, a few months, we'll have a really good idea of what the average pay is for this type of work. I'm going to be doing the same thing for Deliveroo and Uber Eats and Amazon Flex Logistics as well. I know I haven't done many logistics videos yet, but more are coming. Now, the last time I did this, I didn't get any route whatsoever for the first block, and that has happened again. So it's now 20 to 3. I've nearly been checked in for an entire hour, no route whatsoever. So I've been paid to sit in the car park, which I'm very happy about. But instead of just writing the block off and saying, oh, it's not fair to include it, I am going to put it on my spreadsheet. Because honestly, I've been doing this for 6-7 months, these Morrison's blocks, and this has easily happened over a dozen times where I just get paid to sit here. And that obviously bumps up the average pay for doing these blocks. If you're gonna get paid to sit in the car park every now and then, you've got to include that in any long-term calculations. So that's what I'm gonna do. This shift's gonna go into the spreadsheet as it is, 0 miles, £26.50. Great. Hopefully on the next block, I'll actually have something to film. So yeah, I'll see you back at 3:45 when we check in for block number 2. Right folks, we've got a route, and if it wasn't for this last order with 15 bags, it would be an easy one tripper into Morrison's, but as it stands, we're going to need to go in twice to get all these bags, and as you can see, the drops are fairly spread out. We've got 2 nice and close in Taunton, then we're down to Wellington, and then all the way over to Ilminster for that last one. So maybe this is going to make up for the fact that I've just got paid to do nothing and rip all of that extra profit away. We'll see at the end. Let's go get these bags. This whole trolley is that one order. Done. So yet again, we've got a car stacked to the brim with bags. I've even got 2 on the passenger seat with me. Now, there is no way I could have loaded those up without stacking bags on top of each other. If there's bread in any of those bags, it's going to be as flat as a pancake. Amazon, you know what car I have. So I guess if you think this is an acceptable amount of bags, so be it. At the end of the day, it's not my shopping, but it is your customers. Right, let's get on the road. Right, on to drop number 1. I believe we are delivering the big order, the 15 bag order, last, which is slightly annoying because I would like to get rid of that from the car. But yeah, this first drop is very close. And then the next one after that is again pretty close, and it's just the last 2 drops that are going to put all the distance on this route. But with a bit of luck, we can get this done fairly quickly, but it is going to take traffic being on our side. It is coming up to Friday's evening rush hour, so that may well not be the case. But as always, we will track our time and mileage back to Taunton after our last drop and then tally everything up. And we'll put it on our spreadsheet and we'll have a look at what my average for Morrison's is so far. I've managed to put on all of the blocks that I've done on video because they're all written down in my notes with the mileage and the times and all that goodness. Luckily, this order is right at the front. Right, we've got an issue. So everything's scanned into the car okay. You can see this order says pairs on it. The last pairs bag that the staff have put a sticker over isn't scanning out. I'm gonna have to check through every single bag now. Oh, well, this is helpful. So the Morrison's guys have put the wrong stickers on the bags because this one is meant to be with that order. Honestly, they don't make our jobs easy sometimes. All right. If you're confused why, so I've just been looking through, but they've all got they've put the wrong sticker on basically. So one of them, it looks like it's part of a different order, but it had the right barcode on it. I don't know what they did. Thanks a lot. That was a bit of a pickle. I've never had that before. It looks like what Morrison's did was they've obviously made some mistake, because this bag I've got here has got a different barcode stuck over the barcode that's on the bag, which is fine. You know, as long as it all scans through the Amazon app, I haven't got a problem. But then when they put the stickers on with the word on, so we know which bags go with which bags, they've mixed them up. So I was there going, where the hell's this last bag? It turns out it had a completely different word on it. So I hope for that customer's sake that Amazon are right and Morrison's are wrong. Otherwise they've got someone else's shopping. And I also had to explain to that customer why one of their bags has got a different word on it, because otherwise they're going to think that I'm the idiot who gave them the wrong bag. It does annoy me though. These things are important to get right. Anyway, I found the right 4 bags in the end, scanned them all fine, and the customer has their shopping. So that's that. On to drop number 2 now. Only 5 minutes away. We'll get that one done and then the driving begins. A little bit of traffic now, but that's all right. Once we get out of Taunton after this drop, the traffic shouldn't be too bad. Because the next 2 drops are in relatively small towns, and there shouldn't be a lot of traffic build up there. As it stands, I don't know if we're going to be back in Taunton by the end of my block. I do think we'll have the deliveries done, because Amazon are normally pretty generous with getting you to your last drop before the end of your block. Very rare that I've ever run over in that regard, but obviously getting back to where you started before the end of your block is a different story, and you need to hope for a bit of luck. It does normally happen. If you're relatively quick with your deliveries, you can normally make it, but it is not always within your control. If you get a tricky route, you get stuck in traffic. The issue with this block is going to be the last 2 drops. But again, I can't be too mad. We got to sit in the car park for the first block, which, to be honest, we'll definitely make up for however many miles we do on this one. Anyway, we are pretty much at drop number 2 now. Let's go and get this dropped off. No answer. And we need a recipient for this one. Please be in. I can't be dealing with a return trip. No cars. Not looking good. Oh yeah, it's Amazon with the Morrison shop. Yes, I have to hand it over to somebody, I'm afraid. Is there anyone in? Because it's age verified, it has to be handed to someone at the address, I'm afraid.
Okay, sorry about that then. We'll get it in.
Right, that's no worries. I'll have to take it back to Morrison's, mate. I'm really sorry. Thanks, buddy. Cheers, mate. Right, this one's got to go back. That's annoying. Might as well stick it in the front. There we go. Knew it was going to happen eventually. Our first unable to deliver Morrison's order has irked me slightly, to be honest. These customers are told that they need to be in to receive the delivery, and they are told their 2-hour time slot, yet they're still out. Luckily for me, as I live quite close to Morrison's, it's not a huge deal, but it's still going to add, what, 5-6 minutes? Something like that, to go in and return the bags to the back of the warehouse. But oh, just be in for your shopping when you order it. Yeah, I'm not risking just leaving the delivery anyway. I know a lot of drivers would, but obviously as someone who makes content around doing these jobs, I need to make sure I stick to the book. Anyway, we are now on to drop number 3, and we're heading down the M5, I think. Yeah, we must be. We must be going to Wellington next. Didn't even look at the address. Should probably do that. At least he was nice about it, the guy on the phone. He fully understood that because it's age restricted, I can't just leave it and I need to hand it to somebody there. You can't even deliver it to a neighbour, I don't think. Pretty sure the only option is to hand it to somebody at the address, so is what it is. It was always going to happen eventually. I've had a good run with Morrison's lately. Haven't had any orders that were unable to deliver, and now that streak is broken. Never mind. All right, let's hit the M5 and get ourselves to Wellington. gone 4:30. We're nearly at drop number 3. One more drop after this one, so I think we're making okay time. Shouldn't take anywhere near an hour to get to the last drop. I reckon it'll take 30-35 minutes to the last drop from this one. We'll see, I could be way off. I've never gone from Wellington to Ilminster before. I don't know if it's just going to take me back the way I've just come to the Taunton junction off the M5 and then go right, or if there's an alternative A road or something, but we'll find out in a minute. I'm also hoping this drop is just going to be a straightforward one. So far we've had mixed up bags, then we had an age restricted order we couldn't deliver. I would kind of just like a straightforward drop now, please. Bye-bye. Nice normal drop. Thank you. Oh, would you look at that? My prediction, 35 minutes, bang on. Okay, 34 now. But I have just turned the corner out of their drive. Thing is, even with this drop being 34 minutes away, we're heading back to Shepton Beauchamp, which featured in the last video. And I know that that is going to be about a half-hour drive back. And that's all the bags going. Oh my God. But yeah, looks like we're going to be getting back into Taunton around the end of our block time. So we're not going to be able to boost our hourly rate today by getting back early, but we can at least get back on time, hopefully. But we are unfortunately finishing our last drop a long way from home again, which is going to hurt our profits from this block. But like I said, after that first block where I did nothing, I won't be too sad. I would be sad, however, if I had a nasty route on the first one as well, which could well have happened. We just got lucky with that one. But yeah, this drop has got the other 15 bags that are in this car, so I hope to God I can park close to their front door. I have looked at the address and it does not appear to be a flat, thank God. Anyway, it's time for some tunes and we'll get ourselves to our last drop. That's everything. Right, have a good one. No worries. Oh, that was easily the biggest Morrison's order I've ever delivered. 15 bags, man. Anyway, we've now got a 15-mile drive back to Morrison's, 35 minutes. So we are due back to Morrison's at 6:01. Finished my last delivery at what, 5:25, 5, something like that. By the time I unloaded all the bags, we're gonna hit over 50 miles for this one route. I'm not very happy with that. I checked in at 3:30. We're gonna get back to Morrison's at 6 and then add another 5 minutes on to take these bags in. I really am starting to think that Amazon punish you if you get one of these no route blocks like I had before this. And they go, oh, we paid you to sit in the car park, did we? Oops, silly us. And then they just throw shit at you. Like just, oh, there you go, have that. Anyway, enough ranting. I'll see you back at Morrison's for a numbers rundown. Right guys, so we got that block done. Thank God, the bags are back. I never ever want a block like that again. That was just stressful. All the mix-ups and the guy not being in and then having to return bags and the mileage. 51.2 miles that took me. I worked for 2.57 hours to finally finish the block. £7.51 in fuel expenses, £1.28 in insurance expenses. Leaves us with £26.21 profit. So the hourly rate was £10.21. Below the national living wage, even worse than working 9 to 5 Deliveroo. But then I've got to remember that just before this, I got paid to sit in the car park for an hour and a half. And that worked out at £17.17 an hour. My average over all the blocks that I've tracked is still at £14.36, which is okay, that's reasonable. But it's so hard not to get disheartened when you have these bad blocks. I just need to focus on the average. That's all that matters. We're gonna keep doing these blocks as much as I sometimes hate them. We're gonna figure out what our average is. We haven't done enough yet. We need to get a good 20, 30 blocks in there before the average kind of evens out to its natural level. I'm gonna be doing some food delivery in the next video. I've got some really good challenges planned. As always, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll catch you very soon. Peace.